Hi lovelies, it's been so long and I'm finally back. Taking this little break has allowed me to rediscover a lot of things about myself that I didn't realize while just going through my everyday process. Yes, I've been journaling, I've been meditating, I've been doing the same things that I always do, but sometimes that might not be enough. And I feel like sometimes when we get into that routine, it becomes just a routine and you forget why you've been doing it for so long. And so that's why I really just want to talk about today of how we can change our mindset into not improving, but getting to know who we really are. While I was on this break, I started listening to a bunch of new podcasts, and along that, I was listening to the podcast in my car on the way to one of my clients for work. I heard it and I literally had to rewind it. So I want to take this time to share this quote with you because it is going to be the basis for everything we're talking about today. And this quote is from Sahara Rose. If you don't know who she is, she's amazing. Listen to her podcast, read her book. But anyways, this quote is from her. And it is, I am not a mind and body to improve, but rather a soul to know. And when I heard that, I told you, I stopped. It spoke to me and it made me realize that what am I doing throughout my day trying to improve and improve and improve on, and I haven't even sat back and gotten to know who I really am. Let's go ahead and jump into how we can start learning about ourselves and not trying to improve ourselves. So the first thing to consider when you're learning about yourself, or relearning about yourself and getting into the mindset that I am here to be me and not to improve on every single aspect of my life. I'm here to learn about myself. I'm here to grow with myself. And that first thing is to learn about what you actually enjoy. Maybe you go to the gym every day and you're telling yourself that you enjoy that, but while you're there, you're thinking about when you can leave. Maybe you thought you really love to sing, or you love to do music in general, or you love to do videos, or you love to shoot photos. And you're realizing now that you're just doing it because it gets you through the day. You're not enjoying it. Really figure out through this time of learning what you actually enjoy, what you feel yourself doing very fluidly, where you lose track of time doing it. That's when you know that you truly enjoy something. So if you're sitting at your desk and you're journaling, or you're trying to write a script, or you're reworking a book you're doing, anything of that sort. Again, these could all be terrible examples, but there's some. You realize you're just stressing about when you finish or what the next step is, and you're not just sitting there and letting time pass by and absorbing all the energy from within it. That's when you know you probably don't enjoy it. So maybe you need to move on to something else that you actually enjoy. And honestly, this step of finding out what you enjoy then leads to the rest of the way of learning about yourself. And with learning about what you enjoy, that leads us to what challenges you. What things have you been facing that are really irritating you, that are really, oh gosh, this is terrible, grinding your gears? I don't know why that came to mind, but it did. But what are things that have been pushing you so hard and you're like, I'm tired of this. I don't want to fight with this. I don't want to do this. I don't. What is that to you right now? Find that out. Really dissect it. Journal about it. Meditate about it. Read about it. Figure out why that frustration is there. And honestly, if you're having trouble with some of those frustrations, you can check out a few of my journaling videos. They might actually help spark some sense within those. When you're able to figure out what's challenging you, you're finding the source of what you don't enjoy, again, for one, but you're also figuring out what's truly going on within your whole head. You're learning about what your mind is telling you to stop doing, or what your mind doesn't want you to do anymore, or what your mind is really trying to tell you what to do. So when we sit and we learn about what's challenging us, we're able to then figure out what further we can learn about our own self. And this might not make sense right now, because sometimes I feel like it doesn't make sense when you're going through this process, but I swear at the end of it, it all makes sense. Let's get an example. You know, I'm always filled with examples to give you. Say the thing that's challenging you the most right now is your job. You're not happy going in, you're so excited to leave, and you don't understand why this job is now challenging you, because it used to be something you loved. You used to love waking up for it. You used to love all these things. But what within that job is frustrating you? Is it because you have to get up so early in the morning? Is it because your day's too long? Is it because you're not communicating well with your boss? What within that structure is really pushing at your buttons right now? And again, learning about what is challenging you at the moment allows you to really get in your head and learn about what stressors you can take, what things you need to lay back on, and what things you need to work on, so then you can feel relieved, relaxed, and not stressed out. And that's all a part of learning who you are. Sometimes it's so easy to go through our day-to-day lives and think, this is my life, this is all I'm doing, and there's nothing else to do within it. And I have no clue who I am, and I don't know what I need to work on for myself, and I'm not learning about who I am, and I just want to know. And we get caught up in those things throughout our days when we don't sit back and reflect on ourselves and get to know who we truly are. That leads us to the last thing within learning about yourself. And again, these are just simple things you can do. There's so much more into learning about yourself. So if you want a part 2 of this, I can totally do that. Already know now. To learn about yourself, to get to know who you are and not improve on everything you're doing and just embrace who you are, you have to learn about what you enjoy. You have to see what is challenging you. And lastly, you have to communicate with yourself. And this is the weirdest one. I think when you first hear it and try to think about it or wrap your head around it, I always like to think of this as with my friends, with my significant other. If I don't communicate with them, if I never communicate with them, I wouldn't know or understand these people. So who am I to say that I can't communicate with myself in order to understand myself? And there's so many different ways you can communicate with yourself. I mean, literally, you can sit by yourself and just speak your thoughts. Look in the mirror and speak your thoughts. Journal. Journaling is a huge thing I like to do with prompts and without prompts. And whenever I'm doing journaling without prompts, I'm taking that time just to word explode. Explode everything that is going on and has been running through my mind and things that I just need to talk to myself about. And that's such a beautiful release, because you then get to understand what works for you, what doesn't work for you, how to actually talk to yourself, how to learn about who you are inside and not just what everybody else sees of you. Talking to yourself is going to seem weird at first. And that doesn't mean you actually have to literally talk to yourself while you're around people. Just take time throughout your day to literally speak what's on your mind out loud, to get to know about who you are out loud. It doesn't matter. Another perfect spot to do this is when you take a shower. And that's something that is really odd, but when I take a shower, it's like, this is time for me. This is time to just have background music playing and be with myself and talk to myself and go through what I love, who I am, what I'm searching for. So if you really don't want anybody around you, or if you don't want anybody to hear you learning about yourself through communicating with yourself, do it while you shower. Take a bath, talk to yourself. Nobody is going to bother you while you're in the bathroom. But anyways, that is all I have for you today, and I hope that you're able to discover something new within yourself and truly get to know who you are without improving on who you are, because you are perfect just the way you are, literally right now. There's no reason you shouldn't be embracing the human being that you are and getting to know who that person is too. All right, lovelies, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe down below, turn on that post notification bell, and I will see you next Wednesday.